Alright, you guys know the drill. When a ranking comes out by a big company or by a big name or by some sort of personality, you know I'm gonna react to it. I'm not only the king of rankings, I'm the king of reacting to rankings. Of course, I'm not actually the king, but I like to just pretend it's the intro of the video. I gotta get your guys' interest here. You gotta respect the YouTube grind. But today, we have another ranking to react to. ESPN dropped their top 100 players. I think it was maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, they went 25 to number 1. So now I have the full 100 player rankings to react to. I've seen a few and I go, oh my god. Now, of course, we're going to really focus on like that 25 to 1 range, but I'm going to go through every single player, see what they're about, see if there's anything I agree with or disagree with, if there's anything erroneous or heinous that I need to point out. As always, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it. That is seriously the best way to help support this channel, as well as make sure you're subscribed. If that sub button is red, you're not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Click the sub button, join the team. I'm telling you, the baseball content I'm bringing you during the season, you're not going to want to miss it. Get in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about the ESPN top 100 rankings. I'd love to hear your opinion. Drop me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, and make sure you follow my podcast if you're a Mets fan. Mets'd Up, links in the description. And I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Thrive Fantasy Sports. Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy and esports app for player props. They're different than all the other sites. You're doing daily fantasy sports, but with props. With Thrive, you don't have to dive deep into hours of research thinking about the sneaky plays. Instead, it's focused on the top tier athletes that are going to have the biggest impacts on the game. With Thrive, you choose 10 out of the 20 available player props to build your lineup, and each prop is assigned a fantasy value with over or unders that can help you build up points with your team based on how likely it is to hit. Hit the most props to rack up the most points and win the most in the prize pool. And let me tell you, the prize pool and promotions that Thrive is running for opening day are fantastic. There's a $10,000 opening day prize pool. So because Thrive is partnered up with my channel for opening day, let me tell you about the special offers we got coming at you. Thrive will instant 100% deposit match up to $50 for new users. And with any deposit of $10 or more, you get a free $20 contest entry ticket. When you're signing up, you need to make sure you use the code GIRAFFE. There will be a link in the description down below. When you're signing up, use the code GIRAFFE. That's how you get entered into all these promotions. I'm going to be entering the opening day contest. If you guys do better than me and sign up using the code GIRAFFE, you will get your money back. That's right. Anybody who does better than me on the opening day contest is going to get their money back for their entry. Also, if your account uses the code GIRAFFE and is the top points getter in the opening day contest, you're going to win a free signed GiraffeNeckMarc sweatshirt or shirt of your choosing. So make sure you click the link in the description, use the code GIRAFFE when signing up, and come prop up on Thrive Fantasy this season. Thank you to Thrive Fantasy for sponsoring today's video. All right, let's take a look at the rankings here. So starting us off with 100 to 51, and then I guess we can just keep going on through the list. Starting off, Austin Meadows, that's fine. Austin Meadows, I think, is a top 100 player. Had a down year last year, but that's not the kind of player he is. Ian Anderson, 99. Okay, that's a little up, but maybe, I guess, after those starts, interesting. See, Eugenio Suarez down at 98, I just don't agree with. I think Eugenio is one of the better third basemen in the game. I think he's a borderline top 50 at the absolute worst. Yeah, I mean, like that 781 OPS over a 60-game stretch feels like you were just completely overreacting to 2020 and forgetting in 2019 where he hit like almost 50 homers. Kevin Biggio at third base, I don't agree with him being better than Eugenio Suarez or even Justin Turner. I think he's a lot more valuable at second. At third, I'm not as high on Kevin Biggio, to be fair. Devin Williams definitely should be up in the top 100 for sure. One of the most dominant relievers in the game. Alex Verdugo at 93, I think is ridiculous. I think Alex Verdugo is a top 50 player in the game. Alex Verdugo is really, really good. Alex Verdugo is super talented, has a great glove, gets on base, hits the ball in the gap, hits for average. Like, there's just not anything to really dislike about Alex Verdugo's game that would make you put him at 93, especially behind guys like Germán Marquez or Lance Lynn, Patrick Corbin. Yeah, Patrick Corbin fell a bit, but 33 was a little high in 2020 as well, so they should have pumped the brakes there. Jordan at 89, wow. 89, I don't know about that. See, here's the thing. I just don't think Alex Verdugo is worse than Starling Marte right now. Dinelson Lamet, 87, all right, that's fine. I mean, I think that's, you know, that's fair. I think that's fair. 86 Will Smith. I think Will Smith is closer to top 50 than that. I think he is a really, really borderline top 50 catcher, but I get it. He doesn't have great defense. He's an offensive first guy. Yasmani Grandal at 85. Whoa. No. We're not doing this. 85? 85? He's a top 40 player in the league. He's the second best catcher in baseball, arguably the first. There's just no way that you can put him at 85. Okay, here's where we're starting to get the issues here. Michael Brantley at 84. Zach Gallen 83. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Luke Voigt 82. Again, I think this is a guy that's a little bit closer to the 50s range, especially with how much he's balled out since going to the Yankees. He's really good. Luke Voigt's a really good first baseman. I don't agree with that. Nelson Cruz is definitely a top 50 player. I don't care if he's a DH. The amount that he puts out at an offensive level every single season is one of the best in the league. 1,000 OPS almost every single year, it feels like. That's unbelievable for Nelson Cruz, and I don't care if he only hits. That's incredible value. There's not many people who hit like that in all of Major League Baseball. So don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree with Dansby Swanson being better than Nelson Cruz, Luke Voigt, Michael Brantley, Yasmani Grandal, Will Smith, Starling Marte, even Yordan Alvarez, and for sure, not Verdugo, not Justin Turner. What? Dansby Swanson, 80. Dansby Swanson's a good young player, but he is not better than the guys you previously mentioned. Like, I'm hard on Chris Bryant, but I don't think I'm this hard. They dropped him like 55 spots from 24 was a ridiculously high spot, by the way, before. 79? I don't know about 79 for Chris Bryant, especially if you're putting Dansby at 80. I don't know about that. Mike Soroka, 78. Okay, so what's the title of this article? Because if it's ranking for the 2021 season, Mike Soroka's not going to play much. He's coming off a major injury. Do they acknowledge that at least? He might not be ready for opening day, but he should return early in the season. That's really positive thinking. Giancarlo at 77? He's another guy who's really close to 50. At least I get it with him a little bit more because the injury stuff, he hasn't played a healthy season in a while. Kenta Maeda at 76, that's fine, but I think Kenta Maeda is really good. He's a really solid pitcher, needs to get more respect. 75, Yoan Moncada, that's fine, I'm cool with that. 74, Jose Barrios. Yeah, Jose Barrios is just not better than Kenta Maeda. Jose Barrios is not better than Kenta Maeda, guys. Stop thinking of the projections. Jose Barrios' projections have been underwhelming every single year. He's not better than Kenta Maeda. No. Shohei Ohtani, 73. I don't have a problem with it, but we all know that Shohei Ohtani is going to be a top 50 player in the league no matter what at the end of the season, as long as he's healthy. The pitching, the hitting, he's just too talented. Zach Wheeler, 72. That's a fine spot. Wheeler's really good. Right outside that top 50. Arozarena, 71. Maybe a little of an overreaction, but okay, he's a top 100 player, I'd say right now. Whit Merrifield, yep. Josh Hader, 69. Nice, but also not nice. Josh Hader's a top 50 player in the league. As a reliever, he has so much value because he can go multiple innings. He's locked down, strikes out an insane amount of batters. He's the best reliever in baseball. I don't put him at 69. I don't know why he dropped so far, 36 to 69. Marcus Semien, 68. I would actually put Marcus Semien a little bit higher, closer to that 100 range, I think. Kyle Hendricks, 67. Yeah, Kyle Hendricks is a good pitcher, but he's just not better than Kenta Maeda. There's no way. That's not happening. I'm sorry. He's good. He's just not like that kind of good. I don't know. Kyle Hendricks is a weird player to rank because he doesn't do anything that like you really care about. He doesn't strike people out, but he continues to get good performances. Josh Donaldson, 66. Yeah, all right. That's accurate. That's fair. Eloy, 65. Yeah, unfortunately went down with an injury. That's probably a fair ranking for him. Now, 64, I still have Ketel Marte. I think I have him right at that like 44 thing of like last year. 64 is, I think that's a fair ranking too. Max Muncy, 63, down year. Sure, he's a fringe guy. Max Fried, 62. I agree, also a fringe guy. Matt Olson, 61, also a fringe guy. Now we're making sense. Brandon Woodruff, agree. Mike Yastrzemski, agree. Jeff McNeil, no. Jeff McNeil's a top 50 player in the game. Jeff McNeil's a top 50 player in the game. Jeff McNeil is definitely a top 50 player in the game. Like here, look, you're talking about it. 319 average is best in majors since 2018, minimum 1,000 plate appearances. He's had a really good OPS up there with DJ LeMahieu, who's considered to be the best second baseman in baseball. Altuve at 57. Yeah, I still think Altuve is a top 50 player. Again, 60-game season. Let's take everything with a grain of salt. Anthony Rizzo, 56. All right, Vlad Jr., 55. Too high for Vlad Jr. Way too high. I love Vlad Jr. I think he's going to ball out in 2021. But again, it looks like we're looking at projections a little more instead of what we've actually seen. Vlad Jr. hasn't done it just yet. You can't put him ahead of guys like Anthony Rizzo. You can't possibly tell me Vlad Jr. is a better first baseman right now than Anthony Rizzo. That's incorrect, and that's what these rankings are telling me. That's ridiculous. And better than Luke Voit? What? Brandon Lau, 54, second base. Okay, Brandon Lau's a fringe guy. Michael Conforto, 53. Now I'm starting to realize I think a lot of guys are top 50 or fringe guys. Okay, Conforto, 53. I honestly might put him a little bit lower. Louis Bob, 52. Yeah, I would put Louis Bob closer to like that 60, 70 range. Luis Robert, just not there yet for a full season. Again, 60 games. Take everything with a grain of salt, but he did peter out towards the end. Aaron Nola, 51. Okay, I had him inside the top 50, but nothing too particularly insane besides Vlad Jr. being at 55. 50 to 26. So at 50, they got Hyun-Jin Ryu. And I didn't include Hyun-Jin Ryu in my top 50, but he's definitely in that range. Gleyber Torres, 49. I don't think Gleyber at shortstop's a top 50 player. You put him at second base, where the defense isn't necessarily as important as shortstop. I think you can make an argument there, but at shortstop, his defense is not good. It's very poor. I don't know if Gleyber's a top 50, not in my eyes. He's more in that 70, 60 range. I also don't think Pete Alonso's a top 50 player based on what we saw last season. I think Pete Alonso's right on the fringe. It's really hard for me to put a lot of first basemen inside the top 50, again, just because of the value of the position. As much as I love to think Pete Alonso's better, and I think he's going to end up being a fantastic player and be great this year and ball out, based on the down year last year and based on things that Anthony Rizzo's done in the past, Luke Voigt's done in the past, I don't think you can put Pete Alonso at 48 right now ahead of those guys. Rafi Big Scoops, Rafael Devers at 47. Yeah, he's a fringe guy for me. He wasn't top 50. Castillo, 46. So I'm sensing a trend here. They're going to put a lot of pitchers in the top 50. I just don't agree with that take. I think in the top 50, you have to have the elite of the elite pitchers. I just don't have too many of them in mind. And for me, Luis Castillo didn't make my list, but it's relatively close. Paul Goldschmidt, I agree, 45. That's a very good ranking. Javi Baez, 44. I think that's a little harsh. I think Javi Baez is a good player. I think he's going to step it up. Last year was a terrible season. It was a nightmare scenario, so I get it, but his glove is so good. I don't know what they're valuing here. Let's just keep moving on. Jose Abreu, 43. I think that's a little disrespectful to the AL MVP. He's also just continuously hit his entire career. All he's ever done is mash. And if you're going to give Vlad Jr. like 55, how are you going to give Jose Abreu 43? Come on now. He was not ranked in 2020, by the way, which is just, who's ranking these people? Xander Bogaerts, 42. That also feels super low. What is your value here? What do you care about? How are you going to put Bogaerts at 42? Bogaerts is one of the best hitting shortstops in baseball. While he does have stone hands, bat is disgusting. His bat is disgusting, and he is showing improvement with the glove. I don't know. I don't like that ranking one bit. I think he's closer. You got to put him top 30 at least. Xander's an MVP candidate, low-key, and you can't put Bo Bichette ahead of him yet. You can't do that with Bo Bichette. 75 games into his career. That's literally all you need to say. Bo Bichette's great. He's so talented. He's not better than Xander Bogaerts yet. He's just not there. He's not there. They're really, really hyping up the projection. Marcell Ozuna, 40. Yup, definitely. Whoa. Tyler Glasnow, top 50. Pump the brakes, ESPN. Pump the brakes. He's got some of the best stuff in Major League Baseball, but the performances have been inconsistent. We know on any given day he can shut someone down. He's that good. But we also know on any given day, Tyler Glasnow doesn't have it sometimes. He might be wild. He might be giving up the long ball. He gets hit hard. He's not there yet. He's going to become one of these elite pitchers inside the top 50 for sure. But 39? I don't like that ranking one bit. 39 feels super, super aggressive. Only one spot behind Jack Flaherty? No way. No way. Jack Flaherty's really good. Yu Darvish, 37. Yeah, I didn't put him in my top 50 because I value a little bit of that past performance based on last year, top 50 player, 100% in the 2020 season. And again, it looks like they're doing the projections thing. I kind of look at the past and what I think they're going to do in the future, put those two together. Yu Darvish to me is close, really, really close to top 50, but I get it. A lot of people think he's nasty. I might be undervaluing him. I admit that. Now, Blake Snell at 36, I just can't get behind. I can't get behind it. He's really good. He's sick. He's great. And it's hard to rank pitchers, again, especially when you're doing it with hitters. But especially Blake Snell, who didn't pitch more than like 5 innings in any game last year until the World Series. Until I can see Blake Snell go deep into a game, you cannot put him at 36. The number 36 best player in Major League Baseball can't be throwing 5 innings a game. And I know it has to do a little bit with the Rays babying him and not giving him a shot. But right now, I don't put Blake Snell at 36. He's won a Cy Young. He's been great before. He's still a solid, amazing pitcher. Just not there yet for me. A lot of projections here, so I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop complaining too much. Baseball has a really good problem right now where there's just a ton of incredible players, so it's hard to rank guys, but I think they're really aggressive with some of these rankings. Ozzy Albies, 35. Sure, that's relatively the same area. Carlos Correa, see, you can't put Carlos Correa ahead of Xander Bogaerts. You can't do it. He's a better fielder. He hasn't been a better hitter consistently. He doesn't stay on the field a lot. I don't like Correa at 34, and I really like Correa as a player. I think he's super talented, and he's going to get a lot of money, but not yet. Not 34. Tim Anderson, 33. Yeah, Tim Anderson is worse Xander Bogaerts. I don't know how you put Tim Anderson ahead of Xander Bogaerts. I don't know how you do that. I love Tim Anderson. I think he's a really exciting player. He's great offensively. The glove is not there. The glove is definitely not strong, but Xander Bogaerts does basically everything Tim Anderson does, except better. Clayton Kershaw, 32. Okay, I had him as a top 50 player, but towards the back end. Lucas Giolito, 31. I did not put Gio in my top 50, but he's definitely going to be a top 50 player after this season. I'm interested to see where this puts him among the starting pitcher ranks. Another starting pitcher here was Steven Strasburg. Come on, ESPN. Come on, ESPN. We're putting too many pitchers inside the top 50. No, too many. And he's injury prone. He's fantastic. He's great. Again, this is the thing. All these guys are really, really good. Number 30 player in all of baseball. Not right now. Not right now. Matt Chapman, 29. Okay, which is funny because I think I might have even had Matt Chapman ranked higher. I had Matt Chapman ranked at 23. That's funny because normally I tend to rank Chapman lower. ESPN did it lower. Gotcha. George Springer, 28. Relatively same area. Real Muto, 27. Okay, that's fine. Trey Turner, 26. Thank you, ESPN. Finally, someone giving Trey Turner the respect. You put him at 60 the year before. 26 this year. There we go. Now we're starting to click these last few picks here. We've been doing good. We're starting to think on the same page. Trey Turner is fantastic. At the number 25 spot, Bryce Harper. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Bryce Harper's a top 25 player, I think, at the absolute worst. I have Bryce Harper a little higher. I have him inside my top 15. If you just look what he's done with the bat recently, he's been absolutely incredible. He's an MVP candidate this season without a doubt. This dude is so good. I think the $300 million is making people think that he's supposed to be putting up these insane numbers, and they're expecting things that aren't necessarily realistic, when in reality, Bryce Harper has been putting up insane numbers. It's just not what you're expecting. He's not hitting 330, but a 900 OPS every year, sign me up up right now. 24, Aaron Judge? You put him at 24? I know I'm critical of Aaron Judge, and I like to say sometimes the best ability is availability, which he hasn't been able to do recently, but we know how incredibly talented he is. 24 is just flat out wrong. I'm a little harsh on him too. I keep him outside my top 10, but again, it's because of the injury stuff, and I know he can't control it. He's not trying to get hurt, but it's a fact. He hasn't been on the field enough to be a top 10 player just yet. When he plays a full and healthy season, oh, he's easily a top 10 player. 24 is nuts, insane. Oh, that's really bad. No. 24 is wrong. 23, Trevor Story. That even feels a little bit high. He's like a top 20 player. He's 100% a top 20 player. Don't like him at number 23. Corey Seager. What is with the love for Corey Seager? I agree. He's a great shortstop. I had him ranked high. I had Corey Seager in my top 30, but he's not better than Trevor Story. Ah, man. You see, he's good. He's really, really good, but I don't think he's better than some of the guys that they have him listed ahead of, especially not Trevor Story, who's better at the plate and better in the field and better on the base paths. You're like, oh, one player's better, but I like Corey Seager, won the World Series MVP. Dodgers fans, I'm not taking shots. He's great. He's not better than Trevor Story. You can admit that. 21, Max Scherzer. Okay, yeah, Max Scherzer, that's fine. Little higher than I would have liked. He's getting up there in age, but sure. Manny Machado, 20. Yep, I agree. Manny Machado's a top 20 player in the league. 19, DJ LeMahieu. That's relatively close to where I had him. No problem. Walker Buehler, 18. Walker Buehler's really, really good. Not 18 just yet. You're saying he's better than Max Scherzer? I can't say that just yet. Jose Ramirez at 17. Yeah, Jose Ramirez is really good. I think I even underrated him in my rankings. Whoa, Trevor Bauer at 16. Yeah, I did not see that one coming. That's a really, really aggressive ranking. Trevor Bauer is sick. Trevor Bauer is dope. I think that he's going to be a Cy Young candidate for years to come. I wish the Mets got him. But to put him at 16, not there yet. You need to see a little more production at that insanely high level he showed us last year, and then he can easily go into this top 20, because if he pitches like that for an extended period of time, he's filthy. Anthony Rendon, 15. That's fine. No problem. Shane Bieber, 14. Okay, I'm cool with that. I think Rendon's closer to a top 10 guy. I have Bieber a little bit lower, but we're talking about, you know, minute details at this point. They're both very good players. What I don't agree with is Alex Bregman being ranked ahead of Anthony Rendon right now. Number 12, Cody Bellinger. Wow. Really, really punishing him for last year. He's one of the best center fielders in all of baseball, if not the, defensively. And at the plate, while he had a down year last year, 60 games, we've seen what he can do when he's clicking. He's an MVP caliber player. He's got an elite bat. He's been cutting down the strikeouts. He gets on base, and that glove in the outfield's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I have Bellinger as my number 5 player. They have him at 12. I get it, but I disagree. Nolan Arenado at 11. I think he's top 10, but I had him at 8, so again, not going to nitpick this one too much. Lindor at 10. I had Lindor at 9, so we're relatively same ballpark here. Lindor's the best shortstop in my eyes. I know they're going to put Fernando Tatis. Number 9, Christian Yelich. See, that one I disagree with, and this one is what tells me that they're really looking at 2020 and valuing it heavily. Because Christian Yelich, if you look at 19 and 18, top 5 player in the league. If you take 20 too much into account, this is where you get him almost out of the top 10. But even then, if you dive deeper into the numbers, you know that he was hitting the ball hard, hitting into hard outs. Unlucky season. He's going to be fine this year. He's number 6 in my rankings. Number 8, Fernando Tatis. Yep, Fernando Tatis is a top 10 player in baseball. I don't agree he's a top shortstop, but he's number 2 in my eyes, so it's really not that big of a deal. It's pretty close. Freddie Freeman at number 7. Yeah, I have Freddie Freeman just outside the top 10 again because he's a first baseman, but Freddie Freeman is so incredibly talented. He's insane. Number 6, Jacob deGrom. Okay, so yep. Let's just get it over with. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Jacob deGrom's ranked behind Garrett Cole. What the are we doing? What the are we doing, ESPN? Oh my God, what is going on? What is your reasoning? Okay, let me read what they have to say for Jacob deGrom, because I need to hear this nonsense. It's not even a debate. Jacob deGrom is the best pitcher in baseball. Garrett Cole is really, really good. He is not better than Jacob deGrom. No shot. Not right now. Why he's here? He wasn't far from 3rd consecutive Cy Young Award in 2020, finishing 3rd behind Bauer and Yu Darvish. With deGrom's velocity up this spring and an improved lineup around him, Mets fans can expect more deGrom dominance, and more than likely some better run support in 2021. Okay, so why is Garrett Cole better than him? Let me hear this. Baseball's best pitcher admitted to being affected by the stop and start nature of last year's pandemic-shortened season. So, Garrett Cole, because he admitted it, gets ranked higher. That's so stupid. He gets ranked higher because he admitted it affected him. Jacob deGrom not admitting it's hurting him despite having better numbers. What? Still lived up to his ace billing, going 7-3 with a 2.84 ERA in 12 starts in 2020, 94 strikeouts over 73 innings. Oh, 2.84 ERA. Okay, Jacob deGrom 2.38. Interesting. 94 strikeouts over 73 innings. Oh, 68 innings, 104 strikeouts. And he allowed 14 homers last year. Jacob deGrom allowed 7. So what I'm hearing is that Jacob deGrom, last year included, was a better pitcher in almost every facet of the game. In fact, might have been a better pitcher in every facet of the game. Cool. So we're just using the fact that Garrett Cole's like, I could have been better, and like, oh, he said he could have been better. The pandemic affected him. He's better than deGrom now. What are we talking about? This is ESPN's too busy thinking about LaMelo Ball and LeBron James being hurt. They got soupy brains right now. Oh my God, blender brain meme right now. Garrett Cole's not better than Jacob deGrom. When are we going to stop this insane discussion? deGrom's the best pitcher in baseball, without a doubt. Ah, God. All right. Let's look at the rest of these rankings. Number 4, Ronald Acuna. Hey, look at that. I had Ronald Acuna at 4. Finally. Now I'm starting to doubt myself, but Ronald Acuna at 4, I agree. Wow, we have the same top 4. Love it. Juan Soto, Mookie Betts, Mike Trout. We got the top 4 exactly correct, exactly the same. Ronald Acuna has not been getting a lot of love. Juan Soto's getting all of it, and with good reason, but Ronald Acuna is still sick. But these rankings are ruined by Garrett Cole being ranked ahead of Jacob deGrom, which is poppycock, and some of the crazy stuff, like having Corey Seager ahead of some guys, which that's a popular thing people are doing this year. I vehemently disagree. Having Aaron Judge at 24 is insane. Having Tim Anderson ahead of some guys, having Tyler Glasnow at 39, Blake Snell at 36, Correa at 34, ahead of Xander Bogaerts and some other players. I mean, this is an interesting ranking. ESPN, you always keep me guessing, and you did it again. You stumped me. I don't know how you came up with this. So those are my opinions on their rankings. I'd love to know what you guys think about them down in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. Check out my Twitter, Instagram, and the podcast links in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.